these two guys, Huss and Adelaide, is they took the time early on.
Exactly. And I think that was you just take your time. You have the ability and plenty of time in 50-over cricket. Just play it like Test cricket, first 10 overs. Don't try to go 80 or 100 and over like Australia is trying. Has tried in this series. It did work for them. Just play it like Test cricket, first 10 overs.
And that's what I like about this Pakistan team. They've learnt from previous mistakes. When they've come here in the past, they've come out and tried to be aggressive and been bowled out cheaply. But they've obviously gone away, worked on things, thought about how do we have success in Australia. Okay, you need to respect the new ball here with this extra pace and bounce, and then you can score so quickly later on. And they played it beautifully in Adelaide, and they'll be looking to do it again here today in Perth.
Yeah, new captain, new coach, and everything is working for them. New two young openers with a bright future ahead of them for Pakistan. The strike rate is 109, 3 games. Saim Ayub making his ODI debut in this series, the first game at the MCG. And Abdullah Shafiq, we know how good a player he is in.
Yeah, having Jason Gillespie as coach, this Pakistan team coming to Australia would help enormously as well to give these guys some confidence that they can do well in Australian conditions. A lot of knowledge about the conditions here. Spencer Johnson's going to take the new ball for Australia. Yeah,
I like this. You'll love this. Wasim, another left armour. It's been superb last season in BBL and all forms of cricket. Took 4 for only about a week ago against Victoria. He will shape it out there. If he gets the length right, that'll bring those 2 slips in the gullies right into play. So I agree with you, Wasim Akram. Got to be aggressive. Doesn't mean you're running and you bowl short and bowl everywhere and try and bowl too fast. You've got to get it in the right area. 1-1 in the series. And Australia defending 140. Can they take early ones? Or can Pakistan get off to a flyer?
Good start. Good pace.
That'll be the key for Australia. They'll enjoy these conditions.
Yeah, that's what the beauty of Australia and the wickets here. As a bowler, you have a chance even in one-day cricket. I mean, look at the first ball he bowled, bit of swing, bit of good bounce, good carry to the keeper, 2 slips and a gully in place. And that's one-day cricket we're talking about.
Well, you can nearly adopt the test match line and length at the moment on this pitch, can't you? Just get it in the channel.
And you got to have patience as a fast bowler, especially when you're defending a low to low.
Oh, swing and a miss.
Yeah, that's a low percentage shot. Second ball that you faced, ball swinging, fast bouncy pitch, a few nerves.
But you know, everybody, including Huss and Mark Waugh and all you greats of the game, are saying this is a very good batting wicket. We come from Pakistan. It doesn't look a batting wicket to me. Look at the carry. Look at the swing there.
Different to Multan.
Yeah.
You've laced that for 4 already. No point or cover. Ooh, a bit extra bounce there as well. So he's got a gully, which is quite behind square, and then he's got mid-off. So there's a big gap through that offside, and what Spencer Johnson's saying to Saim Ayub is, if you want to go for it through that area, then good luck. If I get the length against Victoria, I'll bring those slips in.
Yeah, you don't see this too often in one-day international cricket field where you've got almost, well, it's 3 slips in place, a deep sort of gully as well. It's more like a test match pitch field than a one-day field.
And that's what I enjoy as a viewer as well, especially in 50-over cricket.
Oh, well bowled.
Sorry. What I don't like, in one-day cricket is subcontinent pitches or general pitches where team is every game 100 for none in 10 overs and get to 350, 340. Okay, people like 4s and 6s, but sometimes good battle is fun, lot more fun like this kind of game, close game, low-scoring game.
Oh, I agree. I've really enjoyed this series, watching the Pakistan fast bowlers test the Australian batters. You've got to have a good technique to be able to negotiate early in your innings. And then once you get through that, then you can prosper.
Bounced a bit as well. So this is a good start from Spencer Johnson. I think even in the BBL last season, he was bowling up more than 145. He was getting high 140s.
And he's got the swing as well. I mean, I've seen him playing BBL and a couple of more leagues as well. Very impressive.
It reminds me like a Freddie as well, the left armour.
Same kind of height, maybe taller.
Yep.
Sitting between 2 former left armers. There's a lot of talk about left-arm fast bowling at the moment, isn't there?
Because there's a lot of left-armers bowling us.
We'll change it the next over, mate.
Can we talk some batting or what?
Maybe. So Abdullah Shafiq face his first delivery. Looking to swing that ball back in, Spencer Johnson. And away down to fine leg. End of the over. First one done. Done for 2.
500 ml मुफ्त 2 लीटर की ठंड मिले सिर्फ 200 में और 1.5 लीटर सिर्फ 150 में।
ताजगी से भरा हर एक घूंट रूह अफ़ज़ा जिंदगी मुबारक।
ऑन ग्रिड इन्वर्टर, हाइब्रिड इन्वर्टर, लिथियम बैटरी की वसी रेंज इन्वरेक्स को बनाता है पाकिस्तान का नंबर 1 सोलर ब्रांड इन्वरेक्स। मेरा एतमाद, मेरी रिकमेंडेशन।
So Marcus Stoinis hasn't played for about 12 months in ODI cricket for Australia, and opening the bowling. So he's got the ability to swing it away, and that's where I think Josh Inglis, the captain, has decided to go with someone that can shape the ball. Lance Morris up his sleeve. That is just good pace and bounce, but happy for Stoinis to be given that new one. 2 slips, gully.
Yeah, you're right. I think that's why he's given him the new ball, because he can swing it. Lance Morris has got serious pace, but maybe doesn't control it as much as maybe a Stoinis. And they know they need to use this new ball the best of their abilities, try and pick up some early wickets. Morris is just all out pace.
I mean, Stoinis is not express, is he?
No.
He's just a slow, medium pacer and does variation in T20 format. But yeah, I probably might not agree with you guys. Stoinis opening the ball over, because what you don't want both the batters getting set.
Yeah.
Because they struggled a bit against, the other bowler, Johnson.
Well, that's Cooper Connolly, who copped it on the hand and went off to get an X-ray. Obviously didn't bat again.
And the man on his right is
He's very hungry.
There's the blow to the hand.
Right on his gloves as well.
There's quick, bouncy pitch. But sitting next to him was Xavier Bartlett, and I'm surprised his selectors didn't play him in these conditions, because he is someone that can bowl with a brand new ball. I think the way this Australian attack is set up, they've got some good bowlers that bowl well through the middle phase. You know, you think of Sean Abbott, you think of Lance Morris, even Spencer Johnson's good with the new ball as well. But there's a lot of bowlers that can bowl well once the ball gets a little bit older.
Especially after power play.
Yeah. Whereas that's why they're using Stoinis with the brand new ball, because he can swing it. But I think someone like Xavier Bartlett would have been more dangerous than a Marcus Stoinis with the brand new ball.
Especially you need a bit more pace.
Yeah.
Well, he's bowled well, and I agree with you, Huss. I thought they could have probably just left out Adam Zampa. I know he's a key player and has been for the last couple of years, but it'd be a good opportunity to play them all. And then you got Short and Maxwell. They can just do a bit of spin, because on this pitch in Perth, your quicks are the ones that are going to dominate, and they could have just gone with that, played out the 4 quicks, and then used the part timers. It's a nice shot down the ground. It's the one though.
Yeah, I guess we're getting a look at the next generation of Australian teams, really. You know, you think of the changes out of this Australian team. We've had Marnus Labuschagne, Steve Smith, Mitchell Starc, Pat Cummins, Josh Hazlewood. They've been part of this Australian team for so many years. We've been blessed to be able to watch them for so long, but they're all going to come to the end.
So are they resting, or are they playing shield cricket? What are they doing? Are the camp going on?
I think they'll be resting first and then just getting ready for the test matches.
Okay, before the big season.
But I'm just saying, as in, when their career comes to an end,
Yeah.
this is the next generation.
Next generation
So they've
of
got an
Aussie
opportunity now to play.
Flicked away, and that'll be 4. You've got a very square, fine leg. And now you It's up his first boundary into the over. For 7 Australia.
So when you defend a
Pakistan.
sport,
500 ml मुफ्त 2 लीटर की ठंड मिले सिर्फ 200 में और 1.5 लीटर सिर्फ 150 में।
ऑन ग्रिड इन्वर्टर, हाइब्रिड इन्वर्टर, लिथियम बैटरी की वसी रेंज इन्वरेक्स को बनाता है पाकिस्तान का नंबर 1 सोलर ब्रांड इन्वरेक्स। मेरा एतमाद, मेरी रिकमेंडेशन।
हेड एंड शोल्डर्स अब 100 रुपए की बचत के साथ जो जड़ तक जाए ताकि डैंड्रफ वापस ना आए। अब सिर्फ 800 रुपए में।
And you know, as a batsman, Huss, you don't feel under pressure when you're chasing obviously a small target. The pressure is on the bowler to get to come at you, so you can just sit back and just wait for that right delivery.
Yeah, there's no scoreboard pressure, so you can take your time. And then what happens then, generally the bowler is searching for wickets and they probably give you a few more looser deliveries. Plus, there's normally attacking fields in this situation, so there's plenty of gaps in the field. So all the pressure on Australia here. Got to make early inroads.
very steady start by Pakistan, and I think that was the plan by the Pakistani think tank and the batters. Okay, we're chasing only 140, we'll take our time, we don't have to play rash shots early on with the new ball like we did in Adelaide.
And when they were fielding, the batsmen would have been thinking, okay, how to play.
Yeah.
You can see how Australian batsmen got out, so you're thinking, okay, well, that's what I need to do. I need to play the ball late and do all those things.
Yeah, you got a bot there, Huss?
No.
You probably have a big yacht.
I've got a tinny.
Tinny?
It's like a little, tiny little...
Oh, okay, got it, yeah.
Little,
it's a 150 foot, isn't it? You told me it was a 130 foot.
It's
The
about
proper
3
crew?
metres long, made of metal, and it putt-putts around the river.
For fishing?
For a little bit of fishing, a little bit of crabbing.
Because I doubt you're swimming this water because I saw a lot of jellyfish other day.
Well, you can swim in there if you want, but
but
you get the odd shark in there every now and then.
not getting in there, buddy.
Squeeze him up nicely. A little bit of shape on offer there for Spencer Johnson. You'll be thinking about that one that he just pitches up outside off stump and get AU driving outside the off stump.
And sometimes as a bowler you have to buy wickets. You have to take that risk, okay? I might hit for boundary, but I'll just bowl slightly full, slightly outside off stump. Let him go for a drive. I've got 2 slips on a gully, fine gully.
And I can assure you as a left-hander, your eyes light up when it's out there. You can't hold back.
Exactly.
Oh, beautifully bowled. And then you get deliveries like that you can't do much about. You just got to wipe it out of your mind and move on.
Yeah, play with the straight bat. It was too good.
Just to see if we can pick up any seam movement there. Nice seam position. Yeah, just going away from the left-hander, but still good technique.
Yeah, it's more of a seam than swing because of the bit of grass and juice in the pitch.
He didn't follow it. He just played straight down the line. And
that's a good technique, Huss, am I right?
Very good.
Seaming wicket?
No problems.
In the air, but it falls safely. So that will complete the third over done.
फसल की देखभाल हो गई आसान। सिंजेंटा क्रॉप वाइज ग्रो रैप लाया क्रॉप डॉक्टर, जिससे मिले बीमारियों और कीड़ों की तशखीस और उनका फौरी हल। अभी क्रॉप वाइज ग्रो रैप डाउनलोड करके अपने मोबाइल नंबर से रजिस्टर करें और 5,000 रुपए जीतने का मौका पाएं।
500 ml मुफ्त 2 लीटर की ठंड मिले सिर्फ 200 में और 1.5 लीटर सिर्फ 150 में।
How you release it and everything is okay. Most of the bowlers, including the great Mitchell Starc, if you look at his grip, he will be just slightly here.
Yep.
If you can see my wrist slightly here, thumb probably here. My thumb used to go underneath.
Yeah, oh, that's a beautiful shot as well. Just wide of mid-on, just eases it into the gap. Oh, should come back to 3.
So that's, I mean, Spencer Johnson, we saw his grip was just like this, but the ball came out beautifully from the seam. And usually the Mitchell Starc can hold it like this. And I think bowlers from my part of the world, the left armers who came after me or before me, our thumb went under the ball. So it depends exactly how you feel comfortable. There is no special kind of grip that you got to hold.
Well, also, I've seen some still shots of you, and sometimes that full finger comes off, doesn't it? But obviously, when you release it, it goes back on the ball.
Yeah, mostly with the reverse swing that was happening. And reverse swing, I used to go slightly wider my arm, not straight arm, just slightly wider.
Why is that?
Because you can swing the ball both ways, and I think in swing was if I'm bowling around the wicket, over the wicket to the right-hander. So I have to go slightly wider to bring the ball back in to the right-hander.
Why didn't you tell me that when we played against?
You didn't ask.
Wow.
Well,
I was too intimidated.
Yeah, you got to ask.
There you go. That is the key. You got to ask.
Yes.
You ask, you don't get. But you're right. It's more about a feel thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, how it comes out of your hand.
It's like a gripping the bat. Am I right? Every batter have a different grip.
Slightly different, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever feels comfortable for you.
Yes.
Well, that's been evident again with the Pakistan bowlers in this series. The seam has just been beautiful.
Beautiful.
It sets it up nicely.
Naseem Shah, Shaheen, even Haris, every time he was hitting the seam.
Another one in the air through that offside.
And I think Spencer Johnson's grip, interesting thing would to see eventually, does he bowl away swinger to the right-hander?
He normally bowls just a cross-seamer, so he'll put it in his hand with the cross-seam and just bowl a natural arm.
If as a batter, they'll find out.
That. Yeah. So that's the one that's right back in his hand, but it looks like he's got a
and it's
finger,
right
but when
back,
it comes out, you're happy with it.
Very well pointed. It's really right back into his fingers. It was good cricket by Pakistan. He's beautifully comfortable. And that adds extra pressure on the bowling side if you are defending a low total when batters are looking very comfortable rotating the strike.
Well, that's right. You can already see a contrast between the Australian innings and the Pakistan innings. When Australia were batting, the ball's going past the bat. They were swinging in between stumps and the bat. They were beating the bat all the time, whereas Pakistan are able to get bat on ball, rotate the strike.
No, I'm all for present cricket, okay? 10 overs, power play, get to 80 to 100, but you've got to respect the opposition, you've got to respect the pitch and conditions.
Good single. Not happy with that, Marcus Stoinis, that single. So that will complete the over. 4 done. None for 17, Pakistan.
Head and Shoulders अब 100 रुपए की बचत के साथ जो जड़ तक जाए ताकि डैंड्रफ वापस ना आए अब सिर्फ 800 रुपए में
जैसा कोई मेरी जिंदगी में आए तो बात बन जाए Golden Pearl Beauty Cream बात बन जाए
ताजगी से भरा हर एक घूंट रूह अफ़ज़ा जिंदगी मुबारक.
Right side opposite Stoinis that he was bringing the ball. He's bringing the ball back into the left-hander with that seam position.
On the leg side. That's the one he wanted to come back in, but obviously started it on the wrong line.
And this is the bonus of having a left-hand, right-hand combination at the top of the order. The bowler then has to make adjustments. It's been bowling to Saeem, the left-hander, his previous over, but didn't get his line right to Abdullah.
And another one.
Two in a row.
Still some swing there for him. Still some swing for Spencer Johnson. So he's just got to get the line right. You feel like he's in the game.
And I think Pakistani fast bowlers in this series have impressed every Australian cricket lover, including you guys. The way they bowl, the pace, the consistency.
Well, also Harris Ruff has played here a lot in the BBL, so he knows the MCG, he knows Adelaide, he knows Perth, so you know what it's like when you, you feel comfortable.
Hasnan also played one season.
And, Sydney Thunder.
Right,
yeah, and of course Shaheen and Naseem Shah have toured with Pakistan to Australia in Test series as well, so they had an idea where to bowl.
And with Jason Gillespie, the coach, he would have drummed into them, got to get the length right, got to get the length right.
Yeah.
Don't get too carried away bowling short. It's down the ground, in the air, but it's in the gap.
And Jason is sort of a guy who let the players make decisions. They don't make it for them. He said, I want the players to express themselves when they're on the field. They're in charge. That's a good shot. Again with the straight bat. Like you said, it was up in the air for a while, but safe. He knew where the fielder was, bit wide at mid-wicket instead of mid-on.
He's just not using a big backlift at all. He's just looking to control his strokes as much as possible, especially early in this innings.
So, Has, is that important to control backlift according to the situation, if it's swinging, seaming and stuff? Did you do that?
It's difficult to do, but I've definitely seen with Abdullah, he's doing this on a pitch that's fast and bouncy and maybe moving a little bit.
Yeah.
You just control the bat a little bit easier if you're just limiting your backlift. Also, if you're facing someone with extreme pace, and it's quicker to get the bat down. And also, I found it useful in reverse swing, facing reverse swing as well. Keep the backlift low and just try and get something behind it, really.
Very useful.
Oh, here we go.
On the ground, that was close. Direct hit. Well, he could have been in trouble. It was Marcus Stoinis moving.
It would have been very, very close. Direct hit, boys.
I think he's in big trouble. Stoinis moved quickly to his right. All he needed was the direct hit.
Gone.
Yeah, he would have had him.
There is no need for risky runs. I'm all for positive mindset and attitude. You're controlling the game right now.
Well, I think Abdullah, he hit it too well. He hit it too hard.
Yeah.
I don't think he thought it was going to go that quickly to the fielder. That would have been very handy for Marcus Stoinis. Not to be. Another playing miss.
So this is a difficult shot to play on a pitch like this where the bounce is so consistent, but it's there. And it was a full delivery. It wasn't a back foot delivery either. But again, learning curve for Saim Ayub.
Oh, he wouldn't have experienced a pitch like this
Yeah.
in his whole career.
Yeah.
He's looking to lift it over the slip cordon with that extra bounce.
And subcontinent, because this probably gone for 4.
But yeah, look at Inglis taking that almost above his head.
Pretty good over that from Spencer Johnson. Pakistan up for 22.
500 ml मुफ्त 2 लीटर की ठंड मिले सिर्फ 200 में और 1.5 लीटर सिर्फ 150 में।
ऑन ग्रिड इन्वर्टर, हाइब्रिड इन्वर्टर, लिथियम बैटरी की वसी रेंज इन्वरेक्स को बनाता है पाकिस्तान का नंबर 1 सोलर ब्रांड इन्वरेक्स। मेरा एतमाद, मेरी रिकमेंडेशन।
Decider one day international. Great support from Pakistan. They've been very vocal, especially when Pakistan were bowling.
Loving every minute of it. They got amazing support in Adelaide and then of course at the MCG, the first game.
Inglis sticking with Marcus Stoinis. I thought he might make a change and try and
I would have.
maybe break this opening partnership. Get Lance Morris into the attack, maybe Sean
Absolutely.
Abbott.
Yeah, Morris. Because both the batters are kind of set. One has faced 16 deliveries, Abdullah. Sam Ayub 14, 17, Abdullah.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think he'll bowl another one after this one.
Well, unless he picks up a couple of
Good,
wickets
yeah.
and it's over. But I don't know. I just feel as though the Aussies need a wicket and wicket badly. How can they shake things up a little bit? Stoinis is not really going past the bat on a consistent basis. Let's try something else. Spencer Johnson looks good. He looks dangerous.
I'm all for swing, but when defending short total, you got to have your main bowlers running in early on. Look at this, like you can see that whack at the background. A lot of memories there, the Australian cricket. I remember playing America Cup, it was in 1988,
Oh,
the 14.
Yeah, the Challenge Cup it was.
Challenge
yeah.
Cup.
England, Pakistan, Australia, and the mighty West Indies.
Yeah.
And I think Dino got 102 against England, and then the next day against West Indies. He was far ahead of his time in ODI cricket, Dean Jones.
I watched every single game of that series.
Really?
I came down to the Wacker,
Okay.
watched every game. It was fantastic. I was at the perfect age, sitting in the outer. It's the Gloucester Park in the foreground there.
World Series cricket. Put a pitch in there.
Well, that
And
where
that's
the
what he
World
ends
Series cricket happened.
Yeah.
77, 78.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ah,
Track
okay.
is around the outside.
Okay.
They had a fast bowling competition there as well. They weren't allowed to use the Wacker, but they
Okay.
tried to find the fastest bowler in Australia or the world, and Jeff Thompson won the title.
How is the great man, Jeff Thompson? Haven't seen him for ages. Any idea? Great personality.
Up in Queensland. Yeah, he certainly loved bowling at the Wacker.
Yeah.
There is the Wacker ground.
Was that
They
David
were
Lloyd.
renovating it last year. Remember when we were for the Test series?
Yeah, the end closest to us has all been
Okay.
redeveloped.
There's a big pool in there.
There's a
isn't
big
there?
pool on the right-hand side.
Ah.
And there's going to be a new stand, and then there's a high-performance centre on the left.
Okay.
That'd have your name on it, wouldn't it? That high performance centre, the Huss Centre.
What, oh, was it? I thought you were talking about as a match.
End of the over. 6 done. Pakistan none for 22.
फसल की देखभाल हो गई आसान। सिंजेंटा क्रॉप वाइज ग्रोअर ऐप लाया क्रॉप डॉक्टर, जिससे मिले बीमारियों और कीड़ों की तशखीस और उनका फौरी हल। अभी क्रॉप वाइज ग्रोअर ऐप डाउनलोड करके अपने मोबाइल नंबर से रजिस्टर करें और 5,000 रुपए जीतने का मौका पाएं।
500 ml मुफ्त 2 लीटर की ठंड मिले सिर्फ 200 में और 1.5 लीटर सिर्फ 150 में।
ऑन ग्रिड इन्वर्टर, हाइब्रिड इन्वर्टर, लिथियम बैटरी की वसी रेंज इन्वरेक्स को बनाता है पाकिस्तान का नंबर 1 सोलर ब्रांड इन्वरेक्स। मेरा एतमाद, मेरी रिकमेंडेशन।
Encouraging signs there for Spencer Johnson. And past the outside edge a couple of occasions.
Well, they got knocked out then.
You did?
Laurie threw some cards at me straight in the hooter.
That's Mark Waugh. Hearing from there.
Get on the slow-mo.
Been a big 24 months or so for Spencer Johnson. Been around state cricket for a few years, but suddenly was through his journey in the Big Bash Junior. He saw his names up in lights to a certain extent, and then found himself in national colours.
Yeah, and he's been so impressive, whatever he's done. Whoever he's played for a number of teams. Just got such great rhythm. He does it so easily. Steep bounce, doesn't he, Spencer Johnson?
He looks the kind of bowler that he could, if his body allows, be a success in all formats of the game. Just glides in.
Oh, definitely. I think he's got great potential. It's just he's had quite a few injuries in his short career. All batsmen that face him say he's deceptively quick. You know, he hits the bat hard.
It's been a very similar blueprint here for Pakistan as what it was in Adelaide. Really without risk up to this point, but decides just to take it on a fraction there. Ayub.
Yeah, they took their time in Adelaide. They had the luxury of only chasing a small target, same as today. 140 this time, 23 less than what was chased in Adelaide.
He might have been fortunate to get over the first one, Johnson, but he's been pinned for that. Upish, just over the top. It's going to make its way to the boundary. It's a big, thick inside edge. And Hardy unable to rein it in. Finish the over with a boundary. And for 27.
Well, it's a nice piece.
500 ml मुफ्त 2 लीटर की ठंड मिले सिर्फ 200 में और 1.5 लीटर सिर्फ 150 में।
Red is the new gold. Red is the new gold. Red is the new gold.
जैसा कोई मेरी जिंदगी में आए तो बात बन जाए।
Golden Pearl Beauty Cream. बात बन जाए।
1 for 34 off 8 overs he picked up in the opening fixture. Couple of slips. Ease through the covers. Nice controlled stroke again. Nothing too forceful. Just happy to just eat away at this score in small bites.
Yeah, just going to play almost like a test match, really, type innings. Don't need to chase the game at all. Pakistan, that's the luxury they've got. Very correct player, Shafiq. There's the lovely full face of the bat down the ground. Nice high front elbow.
A little bit more agricultural there.
Well, Shafiq's just decided to try and put the new bowler under a bit of pressure. It's the first time we've seen him dancing down. See there high on the bat, just that extra bit of bounce, that good length.
I don't know how that landed safe.
Well, I mentioned a good piece of willow at the other end.
I've got the balsa wood.
That one can't be that good.
He's had a bit of luck, Ayub, but what he is doing is he's just playing the line. He's just playing pretty much on off stump. So if it does nip away or does move extravagantly, he's not following it. He's keeping his bat reasonably tight to the line of his body.
How long till Morris gets in?
Very shortly, I'd say next over. I'd have him in. Spencer Johnson's bowled well enough.
Morris gets in.
Quite enough oil in the right area. Very shortly, I'd say next over. I'd have.
Well, Josh Inglis just has to think, how's he going to bowl Pakistan out? Clearly, they're not going to restrict them. Lance Morris is a bowler that he can travel, but he also might get 2 or 3 quick ones. And that's how the Australians' captain's mindset should be, is how we're going to bowl them out.
Helped down to fine leg, and it goes all the way. Just got underneath it, the right trajectory. It's a short boundary down there, 6 to the total. And this Pakistan crowd, the supporters are loving it, making plenty of voice, plenty of noise here. Perth Stadium, they sense a series victory.
He's got that very high on the bat. I don't think it's any near the middle, but just the momentum and the pace and bounce of this track that's got it over fine leg, fence for 6.
Ten from the Abbott over, and 37 after 8.
फसल की देखभाल हो गई आसान। सिंजेंटा क्रॉप वाइज ग्रोअर ऐप लाया क्रॉप डॉक्टर, जिससे मिले बीमारियों और कीड़ों की तशखीस और उनका फौरी हल। अभी क्रॉप वाइज ग्रोअर ऐप डाउनलोड करके अपने मोबाइल नंबर से रजिस्टर करें और 5,000 रुपए जीतने का मौका पाएं।
हेड एंड शोल्डर्स अब 100 रुपए की बचत के साथ, जो जड़ तक जाए ताकि डैंड्रफ वापस न आए। अब सिर्फ 800 रुपए में।
ऑन ग्रिड इन्वर्टर, हाइब्रिड इन्वर्टर, लिथियम बैटरी की वसी रेंज। इन्वरक्स को बनाता है पाकिस्तान का नंबर 1 सोलर ब्रांड इन्वरक्स। मेरा एतमाद, मेरी रिकमेंडेशन।
And then it was Marcus Stoinis, Hasnain with a bit of bounce. And a prod from Stoinis. Been playing a great deal of cricket. And it's the batting over the last 2 games is the reason why Australia have been in trouble. Adam Zampa came out there, played a few shots, then just glided one straight to backward point. Abbott tried to get going, hit a 60 over before, then tried to press one down the ground. Harris Routh with a good catch, so lots of errors from the Australian batters. Brilliant bowling, really good captaincy.
Took it all around there.
There's Lance Morris straight through. Shaheen Shah Afridi, brilliant from Pakistan, but in the last 2 games, you could say the last 3 games, I've never seen an Australian side bat with the lacking of conviction, the awareness of what the pitch is doing, what the opposition are trying to do. It's the first time in the history of ODI cricket when Australia played a bilateral series of 3 or more matches that nobody's got a 50 for Australia. The first time ever.
Yeah, not surprising either, that stat.
Oh, they like it from behind. Not as big a celebration from in front of the wicket. Waved away.
Yeah, so no 50s in 3 games, and the top 7 averaged 16. It's got a bouncer there from Spencer Johnson, so the batting has just not been up to international standard. There's no other way you can put it.
They've been bowled out inside 35 overs twice. And that actually happened 3 times in South Africa before they won the World Cup.
It's fully close there.
Or has it flicked that glove? Oh, I reckon it's just flicked the glove, hasn't it?
Might have just top right there, it looks like it. Just get Snicko on the case here. Maybe not. Oof.
It's as close as it can be without showing up on Snicko. Looks from that angle like it's just clipped the spongy fingers of the glove.
Up-ish and just on the, well, I was going to say the half volley. Perhaps he even did get his hands underneath, but wasn't able to hop onto it. Lance Morris.
No, I think it carried. It was actually a really good effort down there, Lance Morris. Flew down at pace. He moved well. He picked it up well. Came into it and got hands on it for sure. Either stick or they don't, those, when you're diving forward like that.
Yeah, he just gets his hand under the ball. Such a hot zone down at third here in Perth.
It's amazing that Pakistan didn't have a third man early from the same Shah.
फसल की देखभाल हो गई आसान। सिंजेंटा क्रॉप वाइज ग्रोअर ऐप लाया क्रॉप डॉक्टर, जिससे मिले बीमारियों और कीड़ों की तशखीस और उनका फौरी हल। अभी क्रॉप वाइज ग्रोअर ऐप डाउनलोड करके अपने मोबाइल नंबर से रजिस्टर करें और 5,000 रुपए जीतने का मौका पाएं।
Red is the new gold. Red is the new gold.
The attack. Wonder if Sam Ayub is of similar mindset. Still a couple of slips in. Mohammad Rizwan picked up 10 catches across the 3 matches, which is quite a few for a keeper.
Had a chance to break the record in Adelaide.
Dropped a sitter, didn't he? Didn't get 7 in the game. I played a 3-game series against New Zealand where I took more catches than runs made in 3 games. I only took 4. Oh, he's over. He's over. But it's not going to matter. No, good work from Spencer Johnson. So it's only going to be 2 due to the little slippage on the crease.
I thought Harris Ralph was out there batting. Normally a Harris Ralph type manoeuvre.
That's a hard wicket block out there too. So that's a
yeah, young fella. That's taking swiveling to the highest.
Oh, he's definitely thinking now anything in his arc he's going to chase, going to go after.
Tell you what, he's played, missed a lot. He's playing down the one line. Oh, free hit, thank you very much. That's like gold in this fixture.
He did face a free hit in Adelaide.
Let it go.
He did, didn't he?
Shot at arms.
Yeah.
No way, let this go. He'll swing as hard as he can.
So not allowed to change the field position if it's the same man on strike. Taking it on. Spencer Johnson sits underneath, but it's... Oh, what's he done? I think he might have dropped that into the rope. Just got a feeling, in attempting to catch it, he's touched it down.
That might be 6.
Onto the rope on the full. So I agree. I'm just wondering if that's going to be 6.
Absolute calamity. Batsman falling over. Spencer Johnson tripping up on the rope, no balls.
Yeah, please check, please check.
Well, I reckon he had it, and then he almost overcomplicated. He thought he was probably a little bit further back. And does that hit the foul? Oh, it's a 6.
It is an expensive no ball.
Yeah, made a bit of a meal of it, Spencer Johnson down there.
He was trying to,
he could have actually just
parry it back in field.
The Aussies were doing a lot of those catches in the pre-match.
Yeah.
Where Andrew McDonald was whacking the ball and they were kind of practicing taking catches like this.
a good piece of it, Ayub. I think he might have just leapt a fraction early. Didn't quite time the leap. Always difficult when you're right next to the rope. You're looking at your feet. Yeah, I don't think he needed to jump, actually.
No.
Could have just stood there.
Yeah, you can only assume he thought he was jumping over the rope and trying to get it back in the one action. But
And 9 player misses for Ayub from his 32 deliveries. That's every third delivery. Just slightly more. He's played and missed.
he's found a way to survive. That's the difference between the two teams.
He's got some
in the
talent.
last 2 games, yeah.
But also, you know, the way that he plays it late. He plays with his back pretty much close to his body. A lot of the Australian snicks are when the kind of hands are going at the ball.
Ten complete. 47 without loss.
500 ml मुफ्त 2 लीटर की ठंड मिले सिर्फ 200 में और 1.5 लीटर सिर्फ 150 में।
जैसा कोई मेरी जिंदगी में आए तो बात बन जाए।
Golden Pearl Beauty Cream. बात बन जाए.
This was a half chance. Lance Morris coming in and diving, got a hand on it. And then hitting the deck, and then next ball, free hit. Spencer Johnson unfortunately parries it onto the rope for 6. Not many highlights for Australia today.
What were you, Junior? Were you a snicker or?
I was a pretty good snicker, yeah. But I think Sean Marsh is one of the best I've seen.
His hands just chased it a little bit, didn't they? So still no Lance Morris. Spencer Johnson continues.
Who was the best player in Mystery in your time, Warner?
Triscothwick was good.
Yeah.
Used to play nice and tight, close to him. It used to be called the Kent Leave. You know, used to.
Oh yeah, they sort of drag the bat across in front of him.
Two out on the leg side now with the field restrictions eased after the 10th over. Still a third man in play. It's a nice stroke. Really compact. And it tells you you're watching the ball really closely. If you're hitting drives down the ground on the onside, doesn't quite get there. It's just slowed up. Last 10 metres towards the boundary on the outfield today. Has just seen a few slow up, but that's a confident stroke, and that will bring up the 50 partnership. A young, growing partnership for Pakistan. Good signs all round.
Yeah, it's great for Pakistan cricket where they look like they found a couple of young players at the top of the order. If you can do it here in Australia, you think about some of the wickets that they'll bat on back home. This pair could be around for a while in one-day cricket for Pakistan.
I think that's been the disappointing thing for Australia in these matches. They look like they're the away side the way they've played. Some of them look like the home side.
Just look how far back in his crease he plays. And he goes back with that trigger movement. It's almost falling on his stumps with that hook shot, and then he got a little bit further forward and then swiveled and fell over. There's another one back in his crease, just giving himself an extra yard or two of time.
So that was the free hit, wasn't it? That last one we saw there where he was really deep in the crease.
Oh, it's a beautiful delivery, that. And there you can see that play miss again from Ayu, but down the line of off stump.
I just wonder if it's worth Australia's bowling a yard fuller. So when you square legs, you cover points come into the game, and pretty sure Spencer will know that he's back in his crease, but square the wicket fielders can always give the bowler the indication. Just give them a little bit of a nod, check to mid-off, that then send the message to the bowler.
Well, the length's an interesting point, Vorney. Here's a little package of the play and misses. Well, that's a full-blooded drive. Just keep an eye on the length, given that he's batting so deep in the crease. That's where, as you say, maybe someone square the wicket will come in and advise the bowler. Maybe that length did need to go just a yard fuller. But it's been a decent working over for a young player in foreign conditions, and he's surviving. If the ball was moving around, be it a little bit of swing or seam, would you adjust where you batted, guys? Would you try to get further out of the crease to try and negate this?
500 ml मुफ्त 2 लीटर की ठंड मिले सिर्फ 200 में और 1.5 लीटर सिर्फ 150 में।
जैसा कोई मेरी जिंदगी में आए तो बात बन जाए।
Golden Pearl Beauty Cream. बात बन जाए।
Just obviously just try and watch the ball as closely as possible, and there's a bit of lateral movement. Seam was always the hardest. The swing, you can see it early. Seam, you've got no clue really with which way the ball's going to be seaming. You see a lot of the modern day players, when the ball's moving around, get outside the crease, so if it does hit them on the pad, they can nullify one dismissal.
I think, for example, in England, when it does seam around a bit, you play as late as you can, and tight bat pad. You don't play out in front of yourself. It's probably one thing you could adjust.
I have to say, I'm staggered that Lance Morris has not bowled yet.
No,
he's defending 140.
He's bowled 11 overs. He hasn't had a roll yet.
I was surprised that Stoinis took the new ball. Didn't quite get that.
Yeah, I think he'd have to bowl the next over. I know we've been saying it for a while.
Well, it might not be easy for him because he's going to be coming on the ball with potentially 2 players that are set. At that pace, don't care who you are, early in your innings, you're so vulnerable. Maybe now that he comes on and these two are seeing the ball nicely. Ball's a little bit older, a bit softer.
I can only think with Stoinis, he does have a knack of getting early wickets. But I think in this situation today, 140 on the board, let your big gun up front.
Carry, it's gone in front of square, in fact. Josh Philippi, the substitute fielder, out in the shadows.
feel lonely out there. There's a lot of acreage out there to cover.
We've got to find something here, Australia. We just need to open the door. Of course, the last one-day hit-out for Australia before the Champions Trophy in February in Pakistan. It'll be a completely different-looking team to what we've seen today. There's 8 or so players that played in the World Cup final 12 months ago that'll be back and raring to go.
Plus the intensity will be absolutely on for Australia. They know how to turn up to any major tournament, and they just seem to have a knack of switching on. You'll have to go back to last year in South Africa, where they were bowled out 3 times inside 35 overs, and they were world champions. So they knew how to switch it on in India, but he'll be disappointed that they've not managed to find the intensity. And Australian cricket, you're renowned for it every single game that you play.
Wilson struck again, and the chase is on. He does well. Well, he did well enough to get in and around the ball, but just couldn't tap it back in, and it's anguish from Abbott. 4 to finish the over. 59 off 12.
Golden Pearl Beauty Cream. बात बन जाए.
ऑन ग्रिड इन्वर्टर, हाइब्रिड इन्वर्टर, लिथियम बैटरी की वसी रेंज इन्वरेक्स को बनाता है पाकिस्तान का नंबर 1 सोलर ब्रांड इन्वरेक्स. मेरा एतमाद, मेरी रिकमेंडेशन.
As well, playing the conditions a lot better than what we've seen from the Australian batsmen, which is a surprising thing for me. They've adjusted quickly, Pakistan.
.137-run partnership in Adelaide to see them home. And on the way here again today. 9-wicket victory it was. Australia have never lost in Australia by 10 wickets. But here we go. Here's Lance Morris.
Look at this field that they've got for Lance Morris. They've got a fine third, a backward point on the boundary, fine leg back, square leg behind square on the boundary, 2 slips.
It's a good start by Morris, getting it through nice. He hasn't played a lot this summer, or the start of the cricket season, just a couple of games for WA. 3 for 42 against South Australia in September, and 1 for 20 against Tasmania at Wacker. And he bowled a dozen or so overs in competitive cricket. So 3 of the Australians haven't played much. Marcus Stoinis hasn't played at all, as far as I'm aware.
Second slip just coming into that region where that last ball was put away for a very comfortable 2. Haven't won a game here, Australia. 2 previous occasions in 50-over cricket.
Why would Lancey Morris only have played a couple of games? Has he had a niggle, or it's just the programme that they've put him on?
He's had a few injuries. Had a side strain in recent times. Stress fractures of the back as well.
I guess it's that fine balance with a quick bowler, isn't it? You don't want to bowl them into the ground that makes them pick up injuries, but you could argue that by not bowling enough overs, you're probably more liable to get injured.
He did have a quad strain, I think.
Quad,
October.
He just hasn't played much in 12 months.
Side in February, didn't he?
Yeah.
Canberra.
He's hardly played at all in the last 12 months.
It's a tidy enough finish, both batter and bowler, to that 13th over. No wicket for 61. Pakistan in a dominant position.
फसल की देखभाल हो गई आसान। सिंजेंटा क्रॉप वाइज ग्रो रैप लाया क्रॉप डॉक्टर, जिससे मिले बीमारियों और कीड़ों की तशखीस और उनका फौरी हल। अभी क्रॉप वाइज ग्रो रैप डाउनलोड करके अपने मोबाइल नंबर से रजिस्टर करें और 5,000 रुपए जीतने का मौका पाएं।
हेड एंड शोल्डर्स अब 100 रुपए की बचत के साथ, जो जड़ तक जाए ताकि डैंड्रफ वापस न आए। अब सिर्फ 800 रुपए में।
Just 80 short of a match win and a series win. Perth locals very proud of this stadium. Mike Hussey, as I welcome you.
Yes, Howie, a beautiful stadium. The last time I was at this stadium was for the start and finish of the Perth Marathon.
When was that?
October.
October.
Were you running in at Huss?
I was running, but by the end I was more like crawling.
How was the weather on the day of the Perth Marathon?
It was quite humid, actually.
Okay.
It took its toll, I can tell you.
Square legs going back. How long did the Perth Marathon take you, Huss?
For most of it, I was going okay, and then the last probably 5Ks, it took me about an hour.
Right.
No, about 4 hours 18.
Brilliant. Well done. Advances. Punches it straight down the ground. Ayub starting to get into his work. We saw this in Adelaide when he just caught fire. He moves to 37. Pakistan 65 as we welcome Wasim Akram, a man with a big grin on his face.
Absolutely. What a sight this, and what a shot from Wasim Ayub. He's looking so good, in control. They struggled early on with the new ball. Obviously, it's not an easy pitch to bat on. But like Adelaide, they both are well set. Partnership is good. 65 now. Safiq is on 24, who's looking equally good. That's a very good and bright sign for future of Pakistan cricket. Especially these two youngsters as far as batting concerned. You've seen the bowlers. Another pull shot with control in front of the square. They're going to settle for one.
From bad to worse for the Australians, the new rule that's been introduced that we spoke about in Adelaide, if you take more than 1 minute between overs in the field, from when you bowled the 6th ball to the 1st ball, you get 2 warnings. If you get a 3rd warning, it becomes a 5-run penalty. Australia has had 2 warnings. So that's a 60-second gap between overs, as opposed to being behind for the actual over rate. So they've had 2 warnings. So one more, Pakistan will be even closer. Shafiq, away from a diving mid-wicket. More runs though, save your legs. Pakistan all of a sudden roll to 70.
Yeah, this is good batting from Pakistan. For a visiting team, I feel as though they are playing the conditions much better than the Australians, who should know these conditions a lot better than Pakistan. But they soaked up a little bit of pressure early. Now they've realised this ball's getting a bit softer. It's flattened out nicely for them, and they're starting to play their shots and show some class.
Yeah, this is Abdullah Shafiq's favourite shot. Back of a length, he picks up that length beautifully. And it was up in the air for a while, but it was firmly hit. Fielder had no chance.
Shafiq again defends back to Abbott.
It's a true pitch. So once you do get through that initial period, it comes onto the bat nicely, you can trust the bounce, and that's when you can play those cross-bat shots.
And I think that's where the young Fraser McGurk got to learn. I understand you can hit every ball out of the park, you need to get 100 in 10 overs, but respect the bowlers, respect the conditions. And Pakistani fast bowlers are one of the best fast bowling attacks in world cricket compared to Australia as well, like Mitchell Starc, Hazelwood, Cummins, and we have 4 of them.
Slower delivery by Abbott.
But they've looked really solid in defence too, and that's important. Against good bowling on a pitch that's offering a little bit, you've got to be able to trust and back your defence, and unfortunately the Aussies were exposed in that area. Against good bowling, yes.
And both these batters, they also play Test cricket for Pakistan. So you can see their technique is very good as far as defence concerned.
Fine. Drops! Zampa dropped one in a similar position in the previous game. Nothing going right for the Australians. Drops his head, belts the turf. Abbott doesn't get the breakthrough. Pakistan, none for 71.
That was the 13th catch he dropped in his international ODI career. He caught 16 and they were straight. Wasn't a difficult catch. Right in the middle of his hands. And he just missed everything.
David Warner was telling us about him having some work done on his eyes, which vastly improved his work in the field, but unfortunately that one got away from Adam Zampa.
Yeah, he's disappointed, and rightly so. It's an important catch, but Pakistan are looking really controlled. Coming back to Pakistan.
500 ml मुफ्त 2 लीटर की ठंड मिले सिर्फ 200 में और 1.5 लीटर सिर्फ 150 में.
Work down a third man for a single. How's this being received at home? I'm not sure what the time is.
We are 6 hours behind, so it'll be perfect time, 11 o'clock Sunday.
And
everybody will be awake
the previous
cricket.
Win received, and what will this be like if
very
you win the
positively,
series?
very happy. Everybody was happy because they love their cricket in Pakistan. The support they get in Australia. One, stand on my left is the fistful of Pakistanis supporting their team, and at Adelaide he had a great support, and so did at MCG.
Nice. G'day to everybody who's watching back in Pakistan, enjoying what they're seeing, no doubt, on Fox Cricket. So Morris, who's been delayed into the attack, gets his opportunity. Shirt out, a lot of injuries as Adam spoke about. He's got 2 slips. Cross breeze.
People out there are probably wondering, how on earth does Adam Zampa drop this catch? He's quite often it's a lapse in concentration. He would have been out there in the outfield thinking this game's getting away from us. Am I going to get a bowl? The mind just starts wandering off onto other thoughts, and then suddenly, in a split second, there's a catch coming to me, and all you have to do is not be fully switched on for a matter of seconds, and this is what can happen. And I think that's what he'd be cursing himself about more than anything, is it's more than likely a lapse in concentration.
Because the balance was there. He was under the ball perfectly.
They practice those catches every single day at training.
Yeah, they do.
He would have caught hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, but if you're not fully switched on for a millisecond or a second, that's when that ball's going to come to you.
68 to win Pakistan, 10 wickets in hand. Both the openers are looking in proper control.
And the rare chance as they hustle through for a single. Got him on the way through. Bat are everywhere. Huss, were you on the rare chance that you dropped a catch? Were you an apologiser to the bowler or not?
Well, of course. But you don't mean to drop a catch, obviously, and I believe you should only have to apologise if you deliberately do something wrong, but it is a terrible feeling. When you drop a catch, you feel like you've let your team down, you've let the bowler down who's been charging in all day for you.
Nobody does it purposely. Even as a bowler, we know that you've tried your best, but you do get, as a bowler, you get frustrated and you move on very quickly.
Just having a look at just rolling over, but we will take a drink here with Pakistan well and truly in command, over halfway to the target of 141 with 10 wickets in the shed. Time for a
Pakistan, none for 74. Sign the room with 1 out.
फसल की देखभाल हो गई आसान। सिंजेंटा क्रॉप वाइज ग्रोअर ऐप लाया क्रॉप डॉक्टर, जिससे मिले बीमारियों और कीड़ों की तशखीस और उनका फौरी हल। अभी क्रॉप वाइज ग्रोअर ऐप डाउनलोड करके अपने मोबाइल नंबर से रजिस्टर करें और 5,000 रुपए जीतने का मौका पाएं।
500 ml मुफ्त 2 लीटर की ठंड मिले सिर्फ 200 में और 1.5 लीटर सिर्फ 150 में।
Red is the new gold. Red is the new gold. Red is the new gold.
ताजगी से भरा हर एक घूंट, रूह अफ़ज़ा, जिंदगी मुबारक।
जैसा कोई मेरी जिंदगी में आए तो बात बन जाए।
गोल्डन पर्ल ब्यूटी क्रीम, बात बन जाए।
ऑन ग्रिड इन्वर्टर, हाइब्रिड इन्वर्टर, लिथियम बैटरी की वसी रेंज इन्वरेक्स को बनाता है पाकिस्तान का नंबर 1 सोलर ब्रांड इन्वरेक्स। मेरा एतमाद, मेरी रिकमेंडेशन।
जैसा कोई मेरी जिंदगी में आए तो बात बन जाए।
गोल्डन पर्ल ब्यूटी क्रीम, बात बन जाए।
शोल्डर्स अब 100 रुपए की बचत के साथ जो जड़ तक जाए ताकि डैंड्रफ वापस न आए। अब सिर्फ 800 रुपए में।
जैसा कोई मेरी जिंदगी में आए तो बात बन जाए।
गोल्डन पर्ल ब्यूटी क्रीम, बात बन जाए।
शोल्डर्स अब 100 रुपए की बचत के साथ जो जड़ तक जाए ताकि डैंड्रफ वापस न आए। अब सिर्फ 800 रुपए में।
जैसा कोई मेरी जिंदगी में आए तो बात बन जाए।
गोल्डन पर्ल ब्यूटी क्रीम, बात बन जाए।
Well, they've played the better cricket so far. Pakistan bowled beautifully earlier today. Got that ball moving and picked up wickets regularly, and then this opening partnership has been superb. They negotiated a difficult early period when the Aussies were pushing hard. Spencer Johnson, I thought he was impressive with the new ball. Looked dangerous, but they just absorbed that pressure, and now they're starting to really blossom and play some beautiful shots all around the ground.
And that's what we were talking about. You have to respect the opposition, respect the situation and the conditions. If the pitch is moving around, ball is swinging around against the best bowlers, just take your time. Like Saim Ayub and Asad Shafiq, they're chasing a small total of 140. And coming back to Pakistani fast bowlers, I mean, it was incredible performance by all of them. Talk about start off with Shaheen Shah Afridi swinging the ball both ways with the new ball with control, and Naseem Shah, beautiful outswings, right length, right line, good pace. Then of course the man of the moment, Haris Rauf, got couple of important wickets, 10 wickets in 3 match series. It's a big deal. And then of course Hasnan got a wicket or 2 as well. He's got pace, but he's improving day by day. He's gaining confidence.
Norris to finish his over to Shafiq. Squared up, no damage done. After 15 overs, Pakistan none for 75.
$500 ml मुफ्त 2 लीटर की ठंड मिले सिर्फ 200 में और 1.5 लीटर सिर्फ 150 में।
ऑन ग्रिड इन्वर्टर, हाइब्रिड इन्वर्टर, लिथियम बैटरी की वसी रेंज इन्वरेक्स को बनाता है पाकिस्तान का नंबर 1 सोलर ब्रांड इन्वरेक्स। मेरा एतमाद, मेरी रिकमेंडेशन।
Brett Lee, Gav Robertson, Shane Lee, and the 6-and-out band led by the great New South Welshman Richard Cheekley. So get your phone on that. Tickets very affordable. See a night of entertainment. Cricket Rocks. That is Friday the 15th at Sydney Coliseum. Looking forward to that event. Okay, Pakistan now at 75. Ayub 39. Thick outside edge. Runs down for a single.
6 and out, Howie.
Yes.
What a band.
What a band. Colt following. Richard Cheekwe, one of the great frontmen of Australian rock and roll.
Yeah, well, they'll be playing here in Perth during the Perth Test as well. The first Friday, I think it's day 1 of the Test. They'll be just out the back of this stadium in the Campfield.
Are they?
Yeah, so I might get along to that. I don't know if I'll be able to make the Sydney event, but I'll be making that one.
You should.
The Lee brothers, Gav Robertson on drums. Brad Buzzard McNamara. Shafiq straight down the ground. No addition. Whilst we were talking on the innings break.
Yes.
The other day we did top 3 Pakistani cricketers. This time we did top 3 Pakistani batters that Adam Gilchrist and Michael Vaughan had seen. Vaughan, went Babar Azam 3.
Yeah.
Inzamam Al-Haq 2. Jav Miandad 1. Gilly went Muhammad Yusuf Kahana 3, and then the same Inzi 2. And Jav Miandad 1.
Yes.
Blowing up on socials. Sort of, what's your thoughts on this? I put you on the spot.
Yeah, not at all. Because of his consistency. Number 2 got to be Inzamam Ul-Haq. A lot of runs, calm, very talented. And number 1 got to be the great Javed Miandad.
I need to hear a bit more about Jav Miandad, a man you won the World Cup with. Shafiq, what made him so good?
I think it was just not his batting record. His averaging is almost 50 in Test cricket. It's just the attitude. Especially in the 70s and the 80s, he used to have a go at bowlers. He used to talk to them. He used to walk like this in front of them. And he started all this positive attitude that we have now as a Pakistani team. Him and great Imran Khan. As far as, what I saw, maybe they were greats before, like the great Zahir Abbas, Mushtaq Ahmed, Mushtaq Muhammad, Asif Iqbal. I might be missing a couple of names here and there, but,
Average 52, 23 Test hundreds, Javed Miandad, and a World Cup.
And a World Cup.
Alongside you at the MCG.
It was the best cricketing mind. And he was my first captain, picked me up out of the blue. In general, taught me a lot of things on and off the field. So, yeah, apart from that, best batsman we ever had, no doubt.
He used to niggle the opposition a lot too.
Absolutely, every time.
There's a famous photo of him stirring up Dennis Lilly.
Yes.
I think it was at the Wacker ground as well.
It was at the Wacker.
And he was just poking him with his bat. And
direct hit. And the way it's going for Pakistan, they're taking an overthrow. Everything going right for the visitors, not for the locals. End of the over, none for 80.
But they just want to check that one, Howie.
Check the third umpire. We're an umpire review for run out at the strikes end. Will your first throw on when available, please?
Are we reviewing the leg before wicket or the run out? The run out, yes?
Run out, I believe.
Okay. It's pretty comfortable from up here. Yep. Okay.
Thank you. I'm ready to make my decision for the big screen.
That's why I asked the question, because I was pretty confident that the run out wasn't going to be out.
So both the teams have a slow.
ऑन-ग्रिड इन्वर्टर, हाइब्रिड इन्वर्टर, लिथियम बैटरी की वसी रेंज इन्वरेक्स को बनाता है पाकिस्तान का नंबर 1 सोलर ब्रांड इन्वरेक्स। मेरा एतमाद, मेरी रिकमेंडेशन।
Might even be beyond Adam Zampa. He's got straight at long on, just forward a square and backward square, and protection out on the point fence. Good piece of fielding by Spencer Johnson.
81 now. 61 required, 10 wickets in hand. Both are looking really good. Sam Ayub in control, in command. Abdullah Shafiq supporting him well, 35 or 49. This will give a lot of boost to Pakistan cricket, and of course, most importantly, the cricket fans back home and living abroad.
Oh, no, Pakistan contingent and a lot of people have moved to Australia from the crowds we saw in Melbourne, Adelaide and here in Perth was.
Yeah, we have quite a few community in Pakistani community all over Australia. Adelaide as well, mostly doctors.
Down, Max!
Where was it where you had that barbecue and you showed me the photos of that freshly baked naan?
Adelaide, one of Pakistani Council General Muslim, who is the Victoria Council General, very good friend of mine. His friend doctor, one of the doctors, is a great guy as well, who took me to that village for breakfast, a German village just outside Adelaide. Handorf. It was very nice. And he made fresh naans, Bihari kebabs.
And you showed us the photos.
I did.
Thank you for that.
I did. He was literally, had this dough and he was making naans and putting on the thing and just putting in that huge oven, that pizza oven.
Puffed up with the hot air. And
yeah. Next time I'll take you there.
Hard to beat.
Shout out to Doc.
Zampa looking to get something happening. Ayub. It's been a find of the tour as far as Pakistan's concerned.
I mean, Pakistanis love their food. The other day, I think just before the game or after the game in Melbourne, Shaheen Afridi and Haris Rao went to Daddy Dong to eat Pakistani food. That was an hour away from Melbourne.
Barbecue?
I think it was a barbecue. I saw their video.
Zampa worked backward to square for a single, none for 84.
फसल की देखभाल हो गई आसान। सिंजेंटा क्रॉप वाइज ग्रो रैप लाया क्रॉप डॉक्टर, जिससे मिले बीमारियों और कीड़ों की तशखीस और उनका फौरी हल। अभी क्रॉप वाइज ग्रो रैप डाउनलोड करके अपने मोबाइल नंबर से रजिस्टर करें और 5,000 रुपए जीतने का मौका पाएं।
जैसा कोई मेरी जिंदगी में आए तो बात बन जाए।
Golden Pearl Beauty Cream. बात बन जाए।
Lemon on top and cut ginger and fried onions.
Jeez,
as garnish. Yeah.
It's a need to get to your part of the world, was
hungry boys.
Really do.
You see Laurie Colliver drooling over there.
Morris to Abdullah. Straight back to him, catch taken. Really well done, Lance Morris. In front of his home crowd, Australia finally get a wicket. Shafiq's innings comes to an end. Fine caught and bowled by Lance Morris.
Yeah, it's a good piece of work from Lance Morris. He's pretty happy about it too, and rightly so. Hit back firmly. Not easy as a fast bowler to take this after you follow through. Good hands. Pakistan lose their first wicket. With 84 on the board. Shafiq the man to go for 37.
Good little innings from Shafiq. I mean, it was unlucky. They middled the ball. What a catch in his follow through, like you explained us. It is difficult for a bowler, especially in his follow through. But
ताजगी से भरा हर एक घूंट, रूह अफ़ज़ा, जिंदगी मुबारक।
फसल की देखभाल हो गई आसान। सिंजेंटा क्रॉप वाइज ग्रो रैप लाया क्रॉप डॉक्टर, जिससे मिले बीमारियों और कीड़ों की तशखीस और उनका फौरी हल। अभी क्रॉप वाइज ग्रो रैप डाउनलोड करके अपने मोबाइल नंबर से रजिस्टर करें और 5,000 रुपए जीतने का मौका पाएं।
Babar Azam, he's a wizard in white ball cricket, this man. Extraordinary numbers. Facing Morris with a home crowd behind him. Sways out of the way with a short one.
Averaging 50 over 56, Babar Azam.
56 in white ball cricket is amazing. One day internationals, here's the wicket again. Babar Azam was left out of the Pakistan test team after the first test against England. How would he have taken that? Because that would have been a big blow.
We've taken them positively.
Has he?
Maybe he got rested, him and Shaheen and Naseem, and they came back after 2 test matches. And look at the performance. I think they needed a break as well. They've been all playing 3 formats for the last couple of years on the run. That's the pace we talk about. That's why we talk about this bowler, Lance Morris. Very exciting. 140, almost 142 kilometers an hour. I would have given him the new ball if we were defending a small total, but that wasn't the case today. Good carry as well. He's sprinting in after getting his wicket. He's one of the best batters in world cricket.
He hasn't played a lot of cricket so far this season, Lance Morris, so it's be a good hit out for him.
Early season or injury?
He's had a few injury troubles, yes.
Numbers, 3100s, 19 in one-day cricket. Averages in 1 days against Australia. You can see it there, quite extraordinary. 65 with 300s in 13 matches.
And that too against Australia. That shows the caliber of his batting.
Michael Vaughan put him as the 3rd best Pakistani batsman he'd seen.
He will be there eventually, no doubt, Babar Azam. I picked up the people who are actually retired.
Absolutely. Morris from the Justin Langer stand in to Bubba with a slip. Just drifts onto the pads, and it's easy enough for Bubba to work it to the onside to open his account.
Yeah, just going back to Lance Morris as well, it'll be interesting to see if he gets an opportunity in the Test team this summer against India. He's been in and around the squad for a number of years now. He's had a few little injury niggles, but if he can get his bowling loads up, it'll be interesting to see if the selectors stick with the same group of bowlers. Cummins, Stark, Hazelwood.
Boland.
Scotty Boland's definitely around the mark as well. But Lance Morris is right there in the mix as well.
Because it'll be tough for the bowlers to play 5 test match series.
Bowled in! Morris has got a second. Ayub departs. Played on. And some joy for Lance Morris.
Yeah, 2nd wicket for Morris. That too, a set batter, Sam Ayub. He was unlucky there. Inside edge onto his stumps. 42 of 51 deliveries. 4 fours and a 6.
Well, is this the twist? Twist in the tail for Australia. Can they get back into this match? 2 and an over from Lance Morris. Gets the 2 set batsmen. Ayub's played well. Be disappointed. Lance Morris, it's been a nice return for him. But Ayub, he has to go for 42, a well-made 42. Pakistan lose their 2nd wicket with 85 on the board.
Red is the new gold. Red is the new gold. Red is the new gold.
500 ml मुफ्त 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 2 लीटर की ठंड मिले सिर्फ 200 में और 1.5 लीटर सिर्फ 150 में।
फसल की देखभाल हो गई आसान। सिंजेंटा क्रॉप वाइज ग्रो ऐप लाया क्रॉप डॉक्टर, जिससे मिले बीमारियों और कीड़ों की तशखीस और उनका फौरी हल। अभी क्रॉप वाइज ग्रो ऐप डाउनलोड करके अपने मोबाइल नंबर से रजिस्टर करें और 5,000 रुपए जीतने का मौका पाएं।
Dangerous Spencer Johnson.
Slip in place, 3rd man gully, backward point on the fence, cover mid-off, mid-on.
Australian captain brings the main bowler back.
Yep, backward square and fine. Spencer Johnson beat the bat numerous times in his first spell. To Bubba's arm, full, driven down the ground, and Bubba, he doesn't need to run anywhere for that. Just a beautiful on-drive. Class from Bubba.
Well, it was a real loosener from Spencer Johnson, and you don't want to be bowling looseners to Babar Azam.
Yeah, if you want to go to loosener to Babar Azam, back of a length, not there. Look at that shot. Look at it's easy played with a straight bat. Just a little punch.
It's just what you want as a batsman. Yeah. You've just come to the crease, get one out of the middle early, get a boundary, just helps you relax and you're nice and calm. So Johnson's got to be stronger.
Sent back.
Good call by Rizwan. Otherwise, it would have been very, very close. Babar is saying sorry. You are absolutely right. Running between the wicket is call early. Either way, yes or no, you can't just call halfway.
This is better from Spencer Johnson. First ball was a real loose and just floated up there and duly dealt with. But since then he's been right on the money. Back of length, and then that one just angling across Babar's arm. Lucky not to find the outside edge.
A bit of a cutter, I suppose. That's why he went across the Babar. Usually he brings the ball back into the right-hander, but the length, like you said, Huss, was the key.
Slightly squared up there, Azam.
Like the Australians are just sensing something here. If they can get Babar's arm out and Rizwan, then they'll be right into that middle order. Put Pakistan under pressure again. It's a good move from Josh Inglis. Bringing back Spencer Johnson. Adam Zampa's been a world-class performer, but he's just giving him the one over. There's not a lot of spin in this pitch. He realises the fast bowlers can be probably more dangerous.
.52 to win, 8 wickets in hand. New batters on the crease. Babar Azam is in 5. Skipper Rizwan just walked out. A bit of a buzz going around in this ground today. I like that. A bit noisy.
Good return to the bowling crease from Spencer Johnson. Pakistan 2 for 89. Time for a change in commentary. Up next, you'll hear from Mark Waugh.
$500 ml मुफ्त 2 लीटर की ठंड मिले सिर्फ 200 में और 1.5 लीटर सिर्फ 150 में।
Red is the new gold. Red is the new gold. Red is the new gold.
जैसा कोई मेरी जिंदगी में आए तो बात जाए.
Golden Pearl Beauty Cream. बात बन जाए.
Should he have been on earlier? Maybe opening the bowling, at least not far from it.